That's me lying with the cheetah. My name is Sean Austin. I would like to share my story with you. 20 years ago, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, or MS, a neurological condition for which there is no cure. No cure and no drugs for this condition, which ultimately caused paralysis and blindness. MS had also affected my speech, so please forgive me for occasionally stumbling while I tell my story. When I asked my neurologist for my prognosis, his blunt reply was, "I'll know when I do your autopsy." I knew then, in that moment, that if I was to beat this disease, it was going to be up to me. I was going to have to find a way to manage and cope with whatever this condition was going to throw at me. I was not ready to die. I was 36 years old. I had too much living left to do. During the first year after diagnosis, I suffered many falls and I was reduced to crawling on my hands and knees. But I wasn't ready to admit defeat. They say that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Well, that day I discarded my walking stick and took my first step. 10 actually. I took 10 small steps to my garden gate. It was daunting, but I had won my first battle, and I was determined to win the war against this disease. Those first small steps gave me the courage, confidence, and the faith to overcome the multitude of obstacles this illness had thrown at me in the last 20 years. MS was now my enemy, and I studied it. I devoured any information I could get on MS. I needed to know this demon, and with my newfound knowledge, this was easy. I would close myself off from the world, surround myself with my cats, and research all the technical maneuvers of MS. During this time, one of my wild cats, a lynx called Rosie, had suffered seizures and a similar paralysis to my own. She had elevated intracranial pressure and slipped in and out of a coma. With the help of a vet, I nursed Rosie day and night. There was great empathy between us, and in my own determination for recovery, it seemed instinctive for me to help Rosie survive against all odds. A few months later, despite this desperate challenge, Rosie was able to drag herself across a room using only her front legs. A few months after that, she was hopping around on 3 legs. Miraculously, soon after this, she was once again able to walk properly, just as I had accomplished. During the past 14 years, this wild cat, Rosie, and I have shared a symbiotic relationship. Whenever I experienced symptoms, Rosie would strange enough present with the same, whether it be bowel dysfunction, vertigo, weakness in limbs, or even partial loss of sight. This magnificent cat and I always seem to be synchronized. To this very day, if I am suffering or in discomfort, Rosie recognizes this and reacts with incredible compassion. Sometimes I feel that she senses something is not right, even before I notice the very problem myself. Throughout my battle with this disease, I found cats to be very therapeutic, calming and relaxing, be it my own domestic cats or the lions, cheetah, and even tigers I have worked with. There's a lot of research into the therapeutic benefits of vibration and sound waves that we are exposed to as human beings. The purring of a cat is just one such vibration. A recent study shows that cat owners have 40% less risk of heart attack. Also, by interacting with a cat and hearing the purring sound, your blood pressure automatically lowers. No drugs are needed for this. The vibrations are also helpful for the healing of muscles, tendons, and even ligament injuries, as well as soft tissue. Let me introduce you to Faith. At birth, this cheetah was named Flower, but Flower was soon diagnosed with meningitis, and her prognosis was dire. With love and tender care, she has survived against all odds, and she lives a happy life. With her miraculous recovery, she was renamed Faith. She's I am not a doctor, and I'm not a vet, but I know that the exposure to Rosie and other cats, large and small, have definitely saved my life. I am able to overcome my disease, and I am still here. These magnificent endangered cats are on the verge of extinction. Their conservation status has been moved up a level to vulnerable. I have loved these cats all my life, and I want to help conserve the species for future generations. I want to save these cats, just as they have saved me. This is my vision. I want to build a wild cat sanctuary as an holistic healing center. I also want to provide comfortable accommodation and facilities for people and large enrichment areas for the cats. I want people to come to our center to experience the wonder and magnificence of these cats in their natural environment. I want people to share the experience of the calm, quiet healing these cats offer by their mere presence. All of this, far from the frenetic pace of everyday life, in the solitude and serenity of an African farm. To make this a reality for the endangered cats and to enable people to share this amazing experience, we need funding, and we appeal to you for any sponsorships and donations which you would like to make. Thank you for listening to my story, and I hope that you will be part of this vision and enable me to share with the rest of the world the wonder, the healing, and the joy these cats have brought to me over the years.